Imagine stepping off your spaceship onto an alien world more than 600 light-years away from Earth. The air is unfamiliar, the sky glows differently, and in the distance, strange landscapes stretch further than you've ever seen. You're not on Mars. You're not on the Moon. You're on Kepler-22b, an alien planet that just might be capable of hosting life. But what would really happen if you landed there? Could you breathe the air? Would you find oceans, forests, or deserts? And most importantly, could something already be living there? Let's find out. Kepler-22b was discovered in 2011 by NASA's Kepler Space Telescope. The planet instantly made headlines because it orbits within the habitable zone, that special region around a star where liquid water could exist. Here are some quick facts. Distance: 600 light-years away from Earth. Size: about 2.4 times the radius of Earth. Orbit: 1 year on Kepler-22b lasts about 290 Earth days. Star: it orbits a Sun-like star, only slightly smaller and cooler than our Sun. But here's the big mystery: we don't actually know if Kepler-22b is rocky like Earth, gaseous like Neptune, or something in between. That makes imagining a landing even more fascinating. First, let's get one thing straight: traveling to Kepler-22b with today's technology is nearly impossible. At 600 light-years away, even if you traveled at the speed of light, it would take you 600 years to get there. With current spacecraft, it would take millions of years. But let's assume humanity figured out advanced propulsion, maybe warp drives or generation ships. After centuries of travel, you finally arrive in orbit around Kepler-22b. And now comes the real question: what happens if you land? As your ship descends through Kepler-22b's atmosphere, the first thing you notice is its size. At 2.4 times larger than Earth, the planet looms huge below you. The gravity is estimated to be stronger than Earth's, possibly around 2 grams, twice Earth's gravity, depending on its composition. That means your body would feel twice as heavy. Every step would take more effort, and lifting objects would be a struggle. Next, the atmosphere. We don't know what it's made of, but if it's anything like Earth's, you might see clouds, weather systems, and maybe even blue skies. But if it's more like Neptune's, you'd be descending into thick, toxic gases, not exactly a place you could survive without a spacesuit. Scientists have debated whether Kepler-22b is a super-Earth or a mini-Neptune. Possibility 1. An ocean world. Some models suggest that Kepler-22b could be covered entirely in deep oceans. If that's true, when you land, you wouldn't find continents or mountains, just endless water. You'd be forced to splash down in your spacecraft, floating in alien seas that could be hundreds of kilometers deep. What would those oceans look like? They might contain chemicals different from Earth's, maybe even exotic ice under crushing pressure. And if conditions are right, those oceans could host life, alien fish, strange plankton, or even complex ecosystems unlike anything on Earth. Possibility 2. A rocky super-Earth. If Kepler-22b has a rocky surface, it could resemble a much larger version of Earth. You might see continents, mountains, valleys, and maybe even liquid water lakes and rivers. With stronger gravity, landscapes might look flatter, with fewer towering mountains. The air could be breathable, or it could be full of carbon dioxide, methane, or other toxic gases. You'd need to test it before removing your helmet. Possibility 3. A mini-Neptune. The scariest scenario is that Kepler-22b is more like a small gas giant, with no solid ground at all. In that case, your landing would never happen. You'd fall deeper and deeper into thick clouds, until the crushing pressure and heat destroyed your ship. Let's assume the best-case scenario. Kepler-22b is a rocky super-Earth with oceans and an atmosphere. Gravity. You'd struggle under the heavier gravity, possibly needing exoskeleton suits to move efficiently. Atmosphere. If it contains oxygen, you might breathe normally. If not, you'd need advanced life support systems. Radiation. Its star is similar to our Sun, so radiation levels might not be extreme, but without a magnetic field like Earth's, you'd need protection. Survival wouldn't be impossible, but it would be challenging. Here's where it gets exciting. Kepler-22b lies in the habitable zone, meaning liquid water is possible. And where there's water, there could be life. Microbial life. Alien bacteria might live in its oceans or soil. Aquatic creatures. If the oceans are stable, evolution might have created alien fish or even larger predators. Advanced life. While less likely, it's possible that evolution on Kepler-22b produced land creatures, or even intelligent beings. If you landed, you might not be alone. What if humans tried to settle on Kepler-22b? 1. Gravity. Living under double gravity would put stress on human bodies. Over time, we might evolve shorter, stockier builds. 2. Resources, mining and farming would depend on whether the planet has continents or is just oceans. 3. Alien microbes. Exposure to alien life could be deadly. Even harmless microbes might be toxic to human biology. 4. Distance. At 600 light-years away, it would be completely cut off from Earth. Colonists would be on their own. In other words, colonizing Kepler-22b would be humanity's hardest mission yet. The most fascinating thing about Kepler-22b is that we just don't know what it looks like. Is it an endless ocean world? A lush Earth like paradise? Or a gas-shrouded nightmare? Future telescopes like the James Webb Space Telescope and even more advanced observatories may give us answers. For now, it remains one of the most mysterious and exciting candidates for alien life. So, what if you landed on Kepler-22b? Best case, you'd find yourself on a habitable super-Earth with oceans, continents, and maybe even alien life. Worst case, you'd fall into crushing clouds with no chance of survival. Either way, Kepler-22b represents our biggest question. Are we alone in the universe, or are other worlds waiting for us to discover? Until we get there, all we can do is imagine. Thanks for watching. If you want to keep exploring impossible worlds and wild what-if scenarios, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with a fellow space dreamer.